Most men will spend their entire lives being average, not because they lack talent, not because the world is unfair, but because nobody ever told them what actually makes a man dangerous to compete with, dangerous to ignore, dangerous to underestimate. Today, I'm going to tell you exactly what that is. There's a guy I want you to picture. He's not the loudest in the room, he's not the richest, he doesn't have the most followers, but when he walks into a room, something shifts. People listen when he speaks. He gets opportunities others don't even hear about. He moves through the world with a quiet kind of power that most people can't explain, but everyone can feel. That man has built something most people never bother to develop, and it starts with one thing above everything else: the ability to communicate. Not just talking. Talking is noise. I mean the ability to make someone feel something when you open your mouth. The ability to walk into a room full of strangers and within 10 minutes make them feel like they've known you for years. The ability to frame an idea so clearly and so compellingly that the person in front of you not only understands it, they want to be part of it. Epictetus said we have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Most people are too busy performing to actually connect. The dangerous man listens twice as much as he speaks, and when he does speak, every word lands with weight because it was chosen, not just thrown out. This is why communication is the master skill. Every other skill you build gets multiplied by how well you can express it. You could be the most talented person in the room and still lose to someone who can articulate their value better than you can. Influence is not about manipulation. It is about understanding what people actually want and showing them how your direction aligns with that. That is the core of leadership. That is the core of sales. That is the core of every meaningful relationship you will ever have. Which brings me to the second thing that makes a man dangerous: emotional control. Not suppression. There is a massive difference. Suppression is burying it. Control is being fully aware of what you're feeling and choosing your response anyway. When everyone around you is reacting, panicking, letting emotion override judgment, the man who can stay calm has an automatic advantage. His thinking is clearer. His decisions are better. He does not say things he regrets. He does not fold under pressure. Marcus Aurelius ran an empire while dealing with war, plague, betrayal, and personal loss. His private journals, what we now call meditations, were never meant to be published. He wrote them to remind himself to stay disciplined when the world gave him every reason not to. That discipline, that relentless internal work, was what kept the most powerful man in the world from becoming a tyrant or a coward. Most young men have never been taught to sit with discomfort. The second something feels hard, uncomfortable, or uncertain, the instinct is to escape it. Phone, food, entertainment, whatever numbs it fastest. But that escape reflex is exactly what keeps men small, because every time you choose comfort over discomfort, you train yourself to be someone who runs, and you cannot build anything significant if running is your default. The third thing, and this one most people sleep on hard, the ability to sell and negotiate. Before you scroll past that in your head thinking it doesn't apply to you, understand this. Every conversation where you want a different outcome than where it's currently headed is a negotiation. The salary conversation, the conversation where you're asking someone to believe in your idea, the conversation where you need to set a boundary. You are always selling something, whether that's a product, an idea, or a version of yourself. The men who understand this are never waiting to be chosen. They know how to position themselves. They know how to create value in the mind of another person before the ask even happens. They understand timing, framing, leverage. This is not manipulation. This is intelligence applied to human interaction. And the fourth thing, the one that ties all of this together, the ability to think for yourself. Not contrarianism, not just disagreeing with everything to feel different. I mean the genuine ability to look at something everyone accepts as true and ask, does this actually hold up? Most people inherit their beliefs the same way they inherit their accent. They didn't choose them, they just absorbed them from whatever environment they grew up in and never questioned it. The man who has built the habit of first principles thinking, who can strip a problem down to its actual components and rebuild his understanding from scratch, that man cannot be easily manipulated, cannot be easily controlled, and cannot be easily replaced, because he sees things others don't even think to look for. These four things, real communication, emotional control, the ability to sell and negotiate, and independent thinking, are not taught in school. They are not handed to you. They are built through intentional effort over time, and most people never start because they are waiting for a reason that feels urgent enough. Here is your reason. The gap between who you are right now and who you could be in 2 years is almost entirely determined by what you decide to work on starting today. If this hit you, drop a comment with the word dangerous. I want to know who's actually building. And if you want the next video to go even deeper on any one of these, tell me which one. That's how I decide what gets made next.